Who is going to take care of the wives?
Why God created us?
What is cosmic energy?
The religion is the solution for the things happening all around the world.
Jihad does not mean any war fought by any Muslim. Jihad basically means to strive to struggle. The Hindus and the Muslims will be united. He is not cosmic energy, he is more superior than that. Quran gives you the solution to the problems of humankind. Not that we shall despise each other. That according to Japan, India will be the superpower of the world. We will be a superpower, will be far superior to the Americans. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam, ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain, amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa man ahsanu qawlan mimman da'a ila Allahi wa amila salihan wa qala innani minal muslimin. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. I welcome all of you with the Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace, mercy and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on all of you. You are most welcome to ask any questions on Islam and comparative religion or any question on propagation of Islam. If there are any questions, you are most welcome, brothers and sisters. Any sisters have any questions? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If a meher amount was fixed 10 years back, and if the husband intends to pay now, so what should the sister do? Should she take the amount which was supposed 20,000, or would it increase?
This is a question that if a meher amount was fixed and suppose husband pays after 10 years, if the amount 20,000, so will it be the same? If the amount is in rupees, it will remain the same. Therefore, preferably keep the amount in gold, like 10 grams gold, 20 grams gold. You know, so if 10 grams gold, normally in history the gold always goes up, and now it's gone highest. In India it has reached the ceiling, the share price and the gold price. There are times it went down, again came up. So therefore, alhamdulillah, our Prophet even kept zakat based on gold. He didn't say that if you have 10,000, that time the gold may be just a few hundred rupees. If you had kept 2.5% on few hundred rupees, all of us would have hardly given any penny. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet knew, therefore it fixed it on gold. So, but if someone says 10 lakh rupees, then it is 10 lakh rupees. So preferable to fix the amount in equivalent to gold. Or say I will give 10 grams gold or 20 grams gold as meher. But if it's mentioned as 10,000, 20,000 rupees, whatever is mentioned, that is the amount. If the husband wants to give more, alhamdulillah, there's no problem. Wants to give more, but the minimum that he should give is that amount, irrespective whether the rate goes up or goes down. Many times in the dollar rate goes up and down. So whatever the rate is, you have to give that much amount. Hope that answers the question, sister. Any brothers? Yes, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Naik, I would like to know about this commodities market. Is it legal in Islamic per se? Like the stocks have been traded, the equities have been traded on the stock exchanges. There are commodities like gold, silver, agricultural commodities like jawar, bajra, sugar and all. These things have been traded. So is it legal with Islamic per se?
We ask the question that how shares are bought and sold, is it allowed in Islam? If it is based on Islamic Sharia, it's allowed. If it's not, it's haram. That's the basic answer. Now many a time when they do trading, they break the Sharia one way or the other. Sometimes they may not break. So trading in commodities is perfectly fine. For example, you buy sugar for 100 rupees and you mark up a price and sell it 105, no problem. But again the Sharia says on the essential commodities, you cannot take a percentage of profit more than what has been stipulated. For luxury items, there is no limit in Islam. But for essential commodities, what you eat every day, there is a Sharia rule for everything, different percentages fixed. So that a person doesn't take advantage and stocks a particular good. You know, now they know, sugar kam hone wala, rice kam hone wala, they stock the good and let there be a famine and they raise the price. So Islam has put conditions. Trading is not haram. Like if you buy in the shop and sell, perfectly fine. But some people do it in certain ways which break the Sharia, forward trading, this and that, many things they do. So in this way, if you break the Sharia, it's haram. If you don't break it, it's not haram. So generally you can deal in commodities. And you should. If you don't do, then how will you buy and sell? But some people break the rule of the Sharia and they trade in that way which is haram. Hope that answers the question. Yeah, brother.
Assalamu alaikum. RBI is considering of starting Islamic banks. How practical it is to have a musharika system? Would it be possible as we have so many window accounts?
That's a very practical question. The RBI is considering starting Islamic bank, and I spoke in a few months earlier to the finance minister Chidambaram when I was in Saudi Arabia, and he himself told that we are thinking that whether it's possible. RBI has got very lot of restrictions, and they haven't given permission so far for a full-fledged Islamic bank. Islamic investment funds have been formed, Islamic Bank no. And they're thinking over it. Now basic question that, will it be possible in India to run an Islamic bank where there's so much window dressing, especially in the book of accounts? Will it be possible? Brother, normally if you analyze that window dressing is there in India and many other countries. I agree with you. So therefore when Islamic bank, you should realize that the various systems involved in Islamic bank. One is Musharika, one is Mudaraba, one is Murahaba. So what we're talking is the Musharika system where you become partners. That suppose a client says that he requires 200,000 rupees and he says you give me 100,000 rupees. So Islamic bank finances 100,000 rupees. They become partners. Whether 50% partner, he says no, I am working. So give me 20% for my labor and the balance 80% we share 50. That means bank gets 40% profit, he gives 60%. 20% for his labor and 40%. Or I said no, we'll do it together. So in the Musharika system in Islam, what you're talking about window dressing, there can be various conditions put by the Islamic bank. They can put a condition that if they're equal partners, you cannot take any decision on your own without our sanction. Point number one. So they cannot buy or sell any good without their permission. Point number two, even we will keep an accountant of our own. That means accounting will be done by their accountant and the accountant from the bank. So you can put any conditions. Not that you give the money and you leave it. If you trust the client, you can say fine, I trust you. I will not keep an accountant. So depending upon the percentage, if the finance percentage is small, yet they can demand what they want, so then the customer will agree or disagree. Even in a conventional bank, when an entrepreneur goes to take a loan, they check various things. What business you want to do, what is the projected profit, he gives the account. They see and they analyze and finally they give on basis on how the client, whether he's going to go in profit or loss. If they have a doubt whether he will not get a profit, he's going to go in a loss, they will not finance him. So similarly in an Islamic bank, when a person goes to take loan, that doesn't mean the Islamic bank will just give him loan. Even they will check the pros and cons. But the difference is, there is the fixed percentage, 10% fixed, or 8% or 12%. Here, profit is fixed. But I do agree with you, if you leave it completely on the client, if he is dishonest, he can manipulate. So in this case, the bank can put conditions, you cannot buy and sell without a permission, or you can buy any small amount, any amount bigger than this amount, our sanction is required, we'll have an accountant, we'll have a man, and they'll have to pay for that also. All conditions can be put. So depending upon the trust between the bank and the client and the entrepreneur, you can put conditions which Islam gives permission. And one more thing, and as I mentioned earlier, that there is a Musharika system, approximately in the international Islamic banking, is about 15%. Somewhere it is 20%. Means the major finance is more on Ijara or on Murahaba rather than Musharika. Because Musharika, people don't trust and they'll have to have too many conditions unless they know that the entrepreneur very well and he's really done very well in the past. So there are Musharika cases taking place. So that depends mainly in the bank. And all the conditions are put forth and the person depositing the money. Also, for example, in Malaysia, previously it was, that whatever profit the bank made, 30% bank kept, 70% they give to the client. So when the client gives it to the bank, then you tell the bank wherever they want to put, they can put. So they collect everyone's money and then they choose. So whatever profit they get, if they get $100 profit, 100 rupees profit, then they'll give 30 rupees for themselves, 70 they'll give it to you, because that's their service charge. So it has to be decided, but the bank takes the decision who is the right entrepreneur, who is the right businessman to give to. Hope that answers the question.